I'm the coach, George DeMeo from 960 WELI and ESPN Radio 1300, and you're watching What's Up, CT?
The men and women of our armed force services come from every corner of the United States, and many probably come from the street that you live on. As we begin our show, our red, white, and barbershop tribute to all veterans and current members of the armed forces, we recognize the 200th anniversary of our national anthem penned by Francis Scott Key on September 14, 1814, as he observed the Battle of Baltimore. Please stand for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare above bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You may be seated. Please welcome, under the direction of Tony Nasto, the Connecticut Yankee Chorus.
Homesick, heartsick, nothing seems real. That's how I feel today, today. Hometown, my town, I hear you
Barbershop Harmony Society is over 75 years old. It features great music and singing by our choruses and quartets. But it was the quartets upon which the society was founded in 1938. Please welcome one of the quartets of the Connecticut Yankee Chorus, Mike Trzynski, Steve Azzaro, Bob Ball, and Gordon Raymer. Fire away.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, we all start out as beautiful babies, don't we? Well, I can tell by looking out there now, there's a lot of you that certainly did. In fact, most of you. So this is a tribute to those beautiful babies.
Oh, you must have been a beautiful baby, 'cause baby, look at you now. Wow, you must have been a beautiful baby, you must have been a wonderful child. When you were only starting to go to kindergarten, I bet you drove the little boys wild. And when it came to winning blue ribbons, you must have shown the other kids how. I can see the judge's eyes as they handed him the prize. I bet you made the cutest bow. Oh, you must have been a beautiful baby, 'cause baby, look at you now. Just look at you now. Don't you know that when it came to winning blue ribbons, you must have shown the other kids how. I can see the judge's eyes as they handed you the prize. Well, I bet you made the cutest bow. Oh, you must have been a beautiful baby, 'cause baby, take a great big look at you now. You're a wow. I want the whole wide world to take a look at you now. Take a look at you now.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. You know, consider lions. Lions. King of the jungle, queen of the jungle, feared, respected, honored by all. But they need to eat. So the villagers try to keep them out of the villages and out in the jungle where they belong. Usually, the daytimes are okay, but the nights are different. The nights are scary. So they have to do something to convince them to stay away. So they choose a young individual to go out and to speak to the lions, to beg that they don't come in and bother them. They choose a well-coiffed young individual to go out and do this. So we're going to keep the lions out tonight, I think.
Wee dee 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 dee, wee bum away. Wee dee 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 dee, wee bum away.
A whim away, 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 whim away, a 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 whim away.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight.
A whim away, 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 whim away, a 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 whim away.
Near the village, the peaceful village, the lion sleeps tonight. Near the village, the quiet village, the lion sleeps tonight.
A whim away, 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 whim away, a 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 whim away,
lion sleeps tonight.
Whoa, 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 whim away, bop, doo wop, doo wah 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 ooh, bop, doo wop, doo wah wah, the lion sleeps tonight.
Mike Trzynski, our tenor. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
This Tuesday, November 11th, is Veterans Day, a holiday on which we celebrate the service of all of our military personnel. The chorus would now like to honor all veterans present who have bravely served in the armed services of the United States by singing America the Beautiful as we read their names.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain.
Emil Gaetano, Navy. Donald Hall, U.S. Army. Edward Olsowski, U.S. Army. Fred Cody, U.S. Army. Mark Cody, U.S. Army. David Cody, U.S. Air Force. Robert Mayo, United States Navy. Steve Toth, U.S. Navy. George DeLaca, U.S. Army. Donald Hall, U.S. Army. Dave Chapman, U.S. Army. Joseph E. Hauser, U.S. Army, World War II, killed in action. Richard Hauser, U.S. Army, World War II. Arthur B. Hauser, Air Force. Donald F. Hauser, United States Marines, Korean War. Joe Ciriello, United States Army. Joe Zustin, United States Army. Mello Areno, United States Navy. Paul Giacarrillo, very sorry, United States Navy. Brian Esteville, United States Navy. Salvatore Azzaro, United States Navy.
Son, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. sun, wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair, as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains through the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. My home, God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies and on to the ocean white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. America, my home.
So we're going to do this again so the MC gets it right. We're going to start at the top. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's try this again. So please welcome our next quartet. Fred Cody, Don Hauser, Mike Pakovich, and Ray Williams, who will pay tribute to our great nation, to those who serve and have served, and to this great country of ours. Please welcome Smooth Blend.
We're gonna have a celebration, my friend, and there's no telling when the party will end. It's for an old relation in our family tree, from all around the nation of the brave and the free. We'll be so proud, we'll stand up and sing. We're gonna cheer so loud, the rafters will ring. From California, Maine, Ohio, and Alabama, happy birthday, Uncle Sam. I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy, Yankee Doodle do or die. I'm a real live nephew of my Uncle Sam, born on the 4th of July. I've got a Yankee Doodle sweetheart, she's my Yankee Doodle joy. Oh, Yankee London just to ride a pony. I am a Yankee Doodle boy. You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true for the red, white, and blue, where there's never a boast or brag. But should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old flag. God bless America, land that I love. From Connecticut, Maine, Ohio, and Alabama, happy birthday, Uncle Sam. Happy birthday, happy birthday, Uncle Sam.
Other than the tune of that song, I'm going to tell you one story. The night was pitch black, and you couldn't see your hand in front of you, and a ship was sailing. A ship was sailing, and all of a sudden, dead ahead on a collision course with the ship was a light. So the captain sends a message to the light and says, change your heading 3 degrees east. The answer came back, change your heading 3 degrees west. This irritates the captain, so he sends a message. I'm the captain of, I hold the rank of captain in the United States Navy, and I'm telling you, change your heading 3 degrees east. The answer came back, I'm a seaman first class, sir, and I'm telling you, change your heading 3 degrees west. This infuriates the captain, so he sends a message, this is a battleship, and I'm not changing course. The answer came back, this is a lighthouse, it's your call.
We've had laughter and love, we've had music and rhyme, and though I'll be gone for a long, long time, I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places that this heart of mine embraces all day through, all day through. In that small cafe, the park, across the way, the children's carousel, the chestnut tree, the wishing well. I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's light and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is through, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you. I'll be
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. those we use all the time with hardly a thought, those that are silently standing by to save our lives, and now those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
One more little story. This is about a nun in New York City. I may have told this before, but anyway, it's about a nun in New York City that was picked up by a cabbie, and as they're going along, she says to the cab driver, "Why do you keep staring at me?" And he said, "Well, sister, there's something I've always wanted to ask a nun, but I'm afraid it might offend you, so I better not." And she said, "Look, when you're as old as I am and been a nun as long as I've been one, nothing you could say would offend me, so what is it?" He said, "Well, I've always wanted to kiss a nun." And she said, "Well, maybe that could be arranged, but 2 conditions would have to be met. First, you must be single. Second, you must be Catholic." "Oh," he says, "I'm single and I'm Catholic." She said, "All right, then, pull into the next alleyway." They pulled into the next alleyway. She gave him one of the wildest kisses he's ever had in his life. And now they're back on the road, and he says, "Sister, I have a confession to make. I'm not single and I'm not Catholic." He said, "I'm married and I'm Jewish." She says, "That's okay. My name is Steve. I'm going to a Halloween party."
This is my country. Yes, it is. This is my country, to have and to hold. What difference if I hail from north or south, or from the east or west? My heart is filled with love for all of these. I only know I swell with pride, and deep within my breast I thrill to see Old Glory paint the breeze. This is my country, land of my birth. This is my country, grandest on earth. I pledge thee my allegiance, America the bold. For this is my country, to have and to hold.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. They asked me to do this next one a certain way, but I think it needs a little bit of a twist. That young man who was in that quartet telling the jokes, Ray Williams, they told me how old I should tell you he is. But I think I'm going to turn it up a decade and move it back and tell you that in 6 months, he'll be 6 years shy of 100 years old. 6 months and 6 years. 6 years. So, Ray, I almost hesitate to even do this. Ray, do you have another story you'd like to tell us?
A guy is shipwrecked in the South Pacific. And luckily enough, he's able to get himself to a deserted island. Now, he's there one day walking down the shore, and all of a sudden emerged a beautiful blonde girl in a wetsuit, and she looked at him and she said, "My, it looks like you've been here for quite a while." He says, "For 10 years. And she says, how long has it been since you've had a cigarette? And he says, 10 years. So she unzipped the pocket in her wetsuit and left side, and she pulled out a packet of cigarettes and lighted one and handed it to him. And he inhaled it, and he kept thanking her each time he'd take a puff and inhale. And then she said, how long has it been since you've had a drink of whiskey? He says, 10 years. So she unzipped the pocket on her right sleeve, and she pulled out a flask and handed it to him. And he took it and started drinking and drinking, and he consumed the entire amount. And then he said, oh, thank you so hard, dear heart. And then she looked at him, and she started to unzip the front of her wetsuit, and very coyly she looked and said, how long has it been since you played around? With tears in his eyes, he fell to his knees, and he said, oh, dear heart. He said, do you have a set of golf clubs in there?
I knew I might regret that. Well, I'll tell you, when I'm 94 years old, I hope I'm that spry, I'll tell you. So please join us next in welcoming Steve LeClaire, Joe Marino, Mike Pakovich, and Chris Hall for the fun of it.
Gotta get a selfie here.
Yeah, that's it.
And then I'm supposed to take a picture of the audience. This is what they call a panorama, so hang on for a second. There, go like this.
Good boy.
All right. Now the purpose of this is for my wife. I'm out without her, and I gotta prove where I was.
Pardon me, boy, is that the Chattanooga choo-choo-choo-choo? Track 29, boy, you can give me a shine. I can afford to board the Chattanooga choo-choo-choo-choo. I've got my fare, and just a trifle to spare, You leave the Pennsylvania station about 3:45. Read a magazine and then you're in Baltimore. Dinner in the diner, nothing could be finer than to have your ham and eggs in Carolina. When you hear the whistle blowing 8 to the bar, then you know that Tennessee is not very far. Shovel all the coal in, gotta keep a rolling. Woo woo Chattanooga, there you are. There's gonna be a certain party at the station. Satin and lace, I used to call funny face, funny face. She's gonna cry until I tell her that I'll never roam. So Chattanooga choo-choo, won't you choo-choo me home? Chattanooga choo-choo, won't you choo-choo me home?
On board?
Is everybody having a good time? I hope so.
You going to announce the song?
Yes, I am.
I got a question for you.
You have a question for me?
What did one snowman say to the other snowman?
I've got my eyes on you.
I smell carrots.
As I was saying, are you having fun tonight? We're going to do a song now that was made famous probably by a lot of people. But there's a guy who lived through World War II and so on, and did a lot of playing around USOs and so on. And near his end of his life, doctors told him to sit back and take it easy, but he was not one to do that. So this gentleman kept playing his horn, kept singing his songs, and this gentleman, as you might have guessed, is Louis Armstrong, and we're going to do a song called Wonderful World.
It's tough when they get old.
see trees of green, red roses too, I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world, wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I've watched them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world, wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world, wonderful, wonderful.
So how many people out there, either now or in the past, have had a long commute to their work? How long? How long? An hour? 45 minutes, what? 40 minutes? 2 hours, there you go. My commute every day is 2 hours. I live in Connecticut, I work in Massachusetts. And as you know, even people that don't drive that long, you've seen these crazies out on the highway these days, right? What's some of the strangest things you've seen? You know, obviously the cell phone, the texting, reading while they're driving. I've seen them reading. Papers. Shaving, yes. Electric, too. Never seen the shaving cream, though. Have you seen the But, come on! No. But the weirdest thing I ever saw was about a month ago. I'm driving down the highway on the Mass Pike, and there's a lady, and she's knitting while she's driving. She's knitting while she's driving. So, of course, I want nothing to do with this, so I back down my speed, and all of a sudden, racing by me comes a police car, pulls up alongside her, rolls down his window and yells, "Pull over!" And she goes, "No, it's a cardigan."
Right, right.
So wait a minute. So after that experience, right, I'm going, no way am I driving to work anymore. This stuff is crazy. So I start taking the bus. Now, of course, the problem with the bus is it takes longer. You got to make stops every once in a while. So I'm going last Thursday, as a matter of fact, I'm going on the bus, and it makes its usual stops. And at one of the stops, this old lady gets on board with a basket in her hands. So, being the gentleman that I am, I offer a seat beside me, and I take her basket, and I put it in that little overhead thing, you know, above your seat. I sit back down, and we start a nice little conversation, and all of a sudden, something starts dripping out of the basket onto my head. So, you know, I put up for it a while, but it's getting so soaked, it's starting to drip down in my face. So I got to say, I take a little taste of it, and I turn to her, and I go, "Pickles?" She goes, "No, puppies." I quit my job.
That's low. The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextsstopwrecks.org.
Won't you play the music so the cradle will rock? Play a lullaby in ragtime. Sleepy hands are creeping to the end of the clock. Play a lullaby in ragtime. You can hear the Sandman is on his way. By the way that they play, as shrill as the trill of a thrush in the midnight hush. So you can hear the rhythm of the ripple on the side of the boat as we sail away to dreamland. High above the moon you'll hear a silvery note as the Sandman takes your hand. So rock-a-bye, my baby, don't you cry, my baby. Sleepy time is nigh, so won't you rock me to a ragtime lullaby. You'll hear the rhythm of the ripple on the side of the boat as we sail away to dreamland. High above the moon you'll hear a silvery note as the Sandman takes your hand. So rock my baby, don't you cry, my baby. Sleepy time is nigh, so won't you rock me to a ragtime lullaby? Won't you play the music to the sweet lullaby?
Vamos a ver qué hace Ana.
¿Qué hacen?
¿Tú qué haces?
Desafía a tus hijos a encontrar nuevas y divertidas formas de ser activos.
Enséñanos qué puedes hacer.
Busca We Can para ideas de cómo mantenerse sanos.
As a special part of our tribute to our veterans and to the active servicemen and women, we would like to sing a medley of the hymns of the 5 branches of our armed forces. We will now present the colors of the U.S. Armed Forces. We ask those who have served or are currently serving or have members of their family who are serving in the military, if they would stand, or if they can't stand, wave their hand as the hymn of their branch of the service is sung.
From the rising of the sun till the battle's fought and won, we will fight for the right and defend our country. We're always ready for the call. We place our trust in thee. Through surf and storm and howling gale, how shall our purpose be? Semper Paratus is our guide, our pledge, our motto too. We're always ready, do or die. Our Coast Guard, we fight for you. From the halls of Montezuma to shores of Tripoli, we will fight our country's fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marines. Ba-da-da-da-da. Anchors away, my boys, anchors away. Farewell to college joys, we sail at break of day. Through our last night on shore, drink to the full. And till we meet once more, here's wishing you a happy voyage home. First to fight for the right and to build a nation's line, and the army goes rolling along, roll along. All we have found and killed that is wrong, and the army goes rolling along. Then it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way. Count off the cadence loud and strong, for wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along, along. Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here it comes, and we beat our thunder. Adam boys, give it a gun, give it a gun. Down we dive, starting our flame from under. Off we run, hell of a roar. We live in fame, or we're down in flames. Ain't nothing will stop the U.S. Air Force. And those are the great armed forces of America. They serve America. At home or overseas, they serve America.
We would like to pay our thanks to the Honor Guard of the Madison, Connecticut Post 79 of the American Legion for assisting us with this honor today. Thank you, gentlemen. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I'd like to introduce to you Chris Hall, who is one of the officers of the Central Connecticut chapter, the Connecticut Yankee Chorus. There he is.
How are y'all doing tonight? I say y'all because I have a daughter who lives in Texas, and I just spent some time with her, so actually I should be saying, how are all y'all tonight? That's right. Well, we are the Connecticut Yankee Chorus, and of course we're members of the Barbershop Harmony Society. We've been members since 1947, so we've been around a long time. We originally started in Meriden, and recently in the last 7 or 8 years we've moved to Wallingford, and rehearse at the Park and Rec Center in Wallingford here. We rehearse every Wednesday evening from 7 o'clock in the evening till 10 o'clock in the evening, and we want to welcome any one of you out there who liked our singing, enjoy four-part harmony. We'd like you to come visit us on some Wednesday evening. I think you'll find that we have a great group of guys, fun-loving, and if you really love to sing and like to sing harmony, this is the place to be. A cappella music is where it's at right now. So this is your chance to jump in and join us and help us grow into a large chorus. We have, as you notice, our director is Tony Nasto. He's been with us for a couple of years now, and he's a graduate of the Hart School of Music, and he's just a terrific guy teaching us how to sing properly, and he can do the same thing for you if you come visit us on some Wednesday night. Now, you also enjoyed some barbershop quartet singing. Well, we used to be called the Society for the Preservation of Barbershop Quartet Singing in America. For a long time, in recent years, we've changed it to the Barbershop Harmony Society to try to be a little more modern like everybody else. So if you enjoy singing, come down and see us Wednesday night, Park and Rec Center here in Wallingford. And we want to thank you all for coming. And we're going to take a short intermission, I guess, and we'll see you a little bit later. Thank you.
Take my hand and start a brand new day. And together as one we'll start to see some change.
Underneath everything we are, underneath everything we do, we are all people, connected, interdependent, united. And when we reach out a hand to one, we can influence the condition of all. That's what it means to live united.
It's harder whenever there's a bigger group. Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
I'm the coach, George DeMayo from 960 WELI and ESPN Radio 1300, and you're watching What's Up, CT?
Listen now, can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now, can you feel the sun?
Thanks for calling the GED Pep Talk Center. Jerry Stiller speaking. Your level 7 in-your-face pep talk.
Once you've got your GED diploma, you'll feel so good about yourself.
You tell them.
Mr. Trejo, can I transfer this guy to you? He needs something a little more
persuasive.
Yes.
Whatever motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you at yourged.org.